Overgeneralization is a cognitive bias where we take one or a few instances and apply them to all similar situations without considering the nuances and context. In other words, we make sweeping generalizations based on limited information. This type of thinking can lead to incorrect assumptions and decisions. The effects of overgeneralization can be profound. When we overgeneralize, we lose sight of the individuality and uniqueness of each situation or person. This can result in missed opportunities, strained relationships, and biased judgments. Additionally, overgeneralization can limit our ability to adapt and innovate as we rely on outdated assumptions rather than embracing new ideas. It's important to be aware of these effects and work towards overcoming overgeneralization in our thinking. One common indicator is the use of absolute language, such as always, never, or everyone. When we make statements that encompass all situations or people, we are likely falling into the trap of overgeneralization. Another sign is dismissing counterexamples or contradictory evidence that challenges our generalizations. By recognizing these patterns, we can start catching ourselves when we engage in overgeneralized thinking. Overgeneralization can significantly impact our decision-making process. It can lead us to make biased judgments and ignore relevant information. For example, if we have a negative experience with one client, overgeneralization may cause us to assume that all clients will be difficult to work with. This can result in missed business opportunities and strained professional relationships. To overcome overgeneralization, we need to challenge our assumptions. Instead of assuming that all situations or people fit into a specific category, we should seek out diverse perspectives and gather more information. It's important to embrace a growth mindset and recognize that each individual and situation is unique. Critical thinking plays a vital role in overcoming overgeneralization. By engaging in critical thinking, we can evaluate the validity of our generalizations and consider alternative explanations. It involves questioning our assumptions, conducting thorough research, and seeking evidence to support our conclusions. By honing our critical thinking skills, we can become more effective decision makers and avoid the pitfalls of overgeneralization. Let's now explore some practical steps to counter overgeneralization. First, practice mindfulness and self-awareness to recognize when you are engaging in overgeneralized thinking. Then, challenge your assumptions by seeking out different perspectives and actively considering counterexamples. Engage in open and honest conversations with others to broaden your understanding. Finally, continuously learn and update your knowledge to avoid relying on outdated generalizations. Let's examine a case study on overcoming overgeneralization in the sales industry. A salesperson who overgeneralizes may assume that all customers of a certain demographic will have the same preferences and needs. This can lead to ineffective sales strategies and missed opportunities. By challenging these assumptions, conducting market research, and personalizing the sales approach, the salesperson can overcome overgeneralization and tailor their strategies to individual customers. In a team setting, overgeneralization can hinder effective collaboration and communication. When we assume that all team members fit into a particular stereotype, we miss out on the unique strengths and perspectives each person brings. By challenging these stereotypes and embracing diversity, teams can harness the collective intelligence and creativity of its members. Leaders who fall into the trap of overgeneralization may struggle to effectively manage and inspire their teams. By assuming that all employees have the same motivations or respond to the same leadership style, leaders miss the opportunity to tailor their approaches to individual team members. In risk assessment, overgeneralization can lead to flawed predictions and decisions. When we assume that past outcomes will always repeat themselves in similar situations, we overlook new variables and potential risks. By adopting a more nuanced and open-minded approach to risk assessment, we can identify potential threats and opportunities that may have been overlooked. To replace overgeneralization, we need to cultivate flexibility in our thinking. Instead of relying on rigid generalizations, we should remain open to new information and adapt our thinking as new evidence emerges. Flexibility allows us to respond to unique situations and make more accurate predictions.